As I drop my daughter off so that she can do her summer testing, I'm going to tell all of you something that will shock you to the core. Men and women parent differently. Let that sink in for a moment in case you never realized it. This, I think, is one of the greatest deterrents in men and women agreeing to equal time sharing, in a paternity case specifically. In a paternity case, these two folks, whether they've been parenting together for years, months, never at all, which does happen, of course, regardless of that circumstance, men and women will have different roles in parenting, in different time frames within those roles. Here's a little more specifically what I mean. During the first couple years of a kid's life, mom might be breastfeeding, mom might be doing more diaper changes. Now, the diaper changes in my case, I did most of them. My wife has breastfed all three kids, and that has led to a division of responsibilities. Whether or not that made child rearing easier, there's no way to tell, but I would like to imagine that it helped facilitate or lubricate the whole power struggle between dad and mom. So what I'm suggesting to you is, if you have different roles, and men are traditionally disciplinarians, and women are traditionally much more nurturing than men, then doesn't it stand to reason that men and women, when they separate and they live in different houses, different apartments, different locations, 30 miles away, 40 miles away, even 2 minutes away, that men and women are going to parent differently. And therefore, your child, when you're separated, is going to have a different experience at mom's house than the child would have at dad's house. And this further complicates things, because when they come back from the other parent's house, your kid is going to behave differently, feel differently, maybe even think differently. And this might cause you to think that you need to retrain them and reparent them, reprogram them to get back to normal. But normal isn't always just what's at your house, because you might not have the benefit until you're in another relationship. And even then, your partner might not really be fulfilling that role, or filling that role rather. You do not have the benefit of a two-parent household. And without that benefit, you're lacking something for your child. And that vacancy, that hole, gets filled when they go to the other parent's house. But there isn't that constant two-parent style, or two parents together. There's no fallback. There's not necessarily a default during your own time sharing. And this leads to suspicions, mistrust, and a claiming of being the best parent. This happens all of the time, and I don't blame anybody. It's almost inevitable. If a woman is breastfeeding a child and has taken time off from work and career to help raise that child, and maybe does the lion's share of the parenting after a breakup for the first couple of years of a kid's life, it's probably quite natural to feel from that woman's perspective that she should have majority time sharing. And why not? Because she's helped that child thrive and survive and be nurtured. But when dad asks for equal time sharing, whether or not that actually comes to fruition because of him or because of her rejection of it, when dad asks for equal time sharing, there's a natural suspicion that he can't do it as well, or he's not going to take the same degree of care of the kid. And let's face it, moms might be more inclined to put stuff in the electrical sockets to prevent kids from sizzling their fingers, whereas dads might be more inclined to let the kids hang from monkey bars and go and do outdoor rugged stuff. And I'm not claiming by any stretch of the imagination that women aren't full participants in outdoor activities or anything like that. But traditionally, again, men and women have different interests. And with different interests, you're going to parent differently. And maybe you each grew up in a different kind of a household. Maybe the dad grew up in a woman-dominated household where mom was more of a matriarch. Or maybe dad or mom grew up in a household with a single-parent household. And in circumstances like that, there's a natural sort of instinct to parent that same way. And those parenting styles may come into conflict. And then comes the absence of communication between mom and dad when they are broken up and in different relationships already and moving on with their lives and all the rest of it. And this creates a sort of antagonism again that leads to people fighting harder in a legal setting than maybe is otherwise warranted. I'm just going to leave you to think about that, is that the statute in Florida does not presume equal time sharing for or against mom or dad. So in a sense, although we do not really have a system this way because the law change is just 2 years old, really, like a little toddler, eventually we're going to have a circumstance where the moms are going to be in a position where they have to fight for equal time sharing, like the dads have to fight for equal time sharing. That's coming. Now, maybe in 10 years or 20 years when this sinks in as the law to the general public, but someday parenting styles, parental division of responsibility, and equal time sharing are all going to have quite a little collision in Florida family law.